I've been playing basketball for as long as I can remember. Going back as a little kid, growing up in the LaGrange and the Park District leagues, and doing all the camps on Saturday mornings. It's been a long time with the ball in my hands. It was just a great game for me. I just loved it. The love of the game was always what kept me going with basketball. It was always a fun game. It's a free-flowing game, and you can be creative in it. And the more you work, the better you can be at the game. So all those things go into why I just loved playing and always was in the gym playing. Oh, ever since I grew up watching Indiana basketball, my dad went to Indiana, so Hoosier basketball was quite a big thing growing up. So I would always watch the games and want to get to that level. Never really thought I'd get to that level until the last few years, really. So it was always a dream coming up. Oh, very tough. It took me 2 years to really get comfortable and confident with my game. I didn't start as one of the better players when I got into high school at the first, as a freshman. It took me 2-3 years to really grow in my skill level and my athleticism and my size and height to be able to become a starter on the varsity level. Coach Sloan was great for me. He was great for us as a team. Really knew how to get us in great positions to score and play at our best, because we had a great team at LT. We lost 7 games in 4 years, and 2 of those were with Coach Sloan. And letting us play the way we did and coaching us the way he did got us to be one of the best teams in state. Oh, it's awesome. Having all the fans there and the rocking atmosphere. It's hard to describe, but you love those games. I remember them just like they were yesterday. Me and my teammates back in high school, we still talk about those till this day. Winning. We won a lot. We didn't win everything that we wanted to win. We wanted to go to state and win state, obviously, but the feel we had on the court as a team with how we played together and winning a lot of games, that was probably the most satisfying thing. That was just a lot of fun with those guys. Honestly, my favorite game, which this is going to sound crazy, I didn't play in it. I'm being serious. I didn't play in it because I was hurt with an ankle injury at the end of my senior year, and we won against Curie, a real good team, in playoffs. And just winning that game and seeing how we won that game, playing only 6 other seniors in that game, was awesome. That was one of the best ones. Always, the blackout games. Another one that sticks out too was Proviso East, our junior year, for Pack the Place, where we had the whole place packed, and we really proved that we were one of the best teams in state that day. Just winning matters to me most. It always has. I would love to be known as one of the best winners at LT, even though that we didn't win state, which is a big thing because there's state championships here. But other than that, a great teammate, and those 2 things really matter most to me on the basketball court: being a great teammate and winning. It was a little shocking. Going from high school to college, it's a big jump. Freshman year is the biggest jump for players. The athleticism, the quickness, the strength, it's tough. So you really have to go at it hard in the off season before you start playing games to get used to that level, because once the lights are on, it's a whole different scenario, a whole different situation out there on that court and in those types of gyms. Oh, not at all. When I first got there, I got in there with 3 of the freshmen, Johnny Hill, Nick Moore, and John Jones, and we all thought we were going to be there for 4 years together, competing for Missouri Valley championships and trying to go to the tournament. We didn't expect that all 4 of us would not even be there for 4 straight years. There was some. I knew I had worked my way up to be able to a little bit get to that level, because when I first started at Illinois State, I wasn't remotely close to playing in the Big Ten. When I decided to transfer from Illinois State, it really became a dream come true once Coach Crane called me, and we kind of got things rolling with that. It just, everything fell into place. I've always wanted to play at Indiana, and it kind of was, it was shocking at first, but then once it settled in, I was like, all right, this is the real deal. You gotta make it count now. Gosh, I mean, Assembly Hall is the greatest basketball arena in the nation. I've played in tons of different great ones, and there are ones that are comparable, but that's the number one. Is Assembly Hall is amazing. The Hoosier Nation. Hoosier Nation is, the fans are unbelievable. The coaches there were great, and my teammates were awesome. I mean, everything from top to bottom. That's why Indiana is such a great program, is because everything matters there. And because everything matters is why it was just so unbelievable, such an unbelievable experience there. First, it was weird because he was in 8th grade when I was a senior at LT, so everyone called me the old head and called me grandpa for a little bit in the first month or so that Harrison was there at Indiana. But after that, it was great. I mean, even that was great. It was just a little funny joke that they kept giving me crap for, but every moment having Harrison there was great. I was glad to be part of the recruiting process, getting him to come there a little bit. He's a great kid, hard worker, deserves all the credit that he got this year, and he won us some big games, which a lot of people don't realize. Winning that Iowa game at home that got us back in the first place in the Big Ten was a big movement, or a big part of the moving into first place this year, and he had 2 big steals on defense at the second half of that game that got us that win.
What was your favorite game?
Winning the Big Ten championship at Iowa, no doubt about it. I mean, there's a ton of them. Gosh, I could name 10 great ones right now. Beating Kentucky in the NCAA tournament to go to the Sweet 16 was awesome. Maryland was a picture-perfect senior night for us. Me, Yogi, Max, Ryan, and Jackson Tharp. For us seniors, couldn't have went out at Assembly Hall in a better way, winning every home game that last year. But definitely winning a Big Ten championship on the road, there's no better feeling than accomplishing that. There's so much. It's hard to put one thing on that. Probably the love that we all had as teammates and coaches. The connection we had this last year was real special. Whether it was a coach or a manager or a GA or an assistant coach or a player. Everyone had a connection this year that we all loved each other, and it was just, that was the best thing. And you notice that when you have that as a team and as teammates, you tend to win bigger, and that's what we did. Right now, I'm still trying to play basketball. I'm trying to keep the ball bouncing. I'm trying to play professionally, whether that's in the NBA or overseas. I'm still optimistic about the NBA if I can get into a training camp here or there in the next month or 2. D-League is an option as well, but sometimes overseas makes more sense for a player like me than the D-League. So right now I'm just evaluating my options, trying to see what's out there and on the table for me to play at the next level.